Test. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Playford City would like to thank we'd like to thank Right Price Inc. for being such a long-term sponsor for the first team. Harris Real Estate, Malone Ahmed, thank you. Burgundy Estate out of Annabelle, buy yourself a house in a block of land out there, nice. Aspire Homes, who have been with us for a long time. Also Belgravia Apparel, and today is to celebrate the signing of a new sponsor for the Bearoos. It's Edge Early Learning Childcare Centres. Hopefully it's a great long new partnership. We start bringing kids and looking after kids in the area.
Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Check. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2. Check 1. 1 2. Check 1 2. 1. 1 2. 1 2. Check 1 2. All good? Perfect.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
And now, speaking of our lovely volunteers today, we'd also like to thank ground marshals, just showing respect today. We're all here to go home tomorrow and go to work on Monday, so just respect the ground marshals and volunteers.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome here to Ramsey Park in round 8 of the men's RA NPL here in South Australia. We're here in the north of Adelaide between Playford City and West Torrens Birkalla. Of course, last year's State League 1 grand final. Both sides lining up. We'll go through lineups in a moment as they come out to shake hands as well. But an intriguing matchup to say the least.
Ramsey Park here, we're proud of what we've got here. It's a beautiful place to look. Just remember, respect stuff, put stuff in the bins, we've got recycle, and just remember that we are a non-smoking stadium.
Playford coming off a 1-1 draw against Metro Stars. West Torrens Birkalla a 6-2 loss against the Young Reds at Service FM Stadium last week. As we see both sides come out onto the field of play, led out by, alongside I should say, the juniors here at Playford. Club very connected with its community are Playford. Announced during the week as well that any residents of the city of Playford council area are able to come to this game for free. And a decent crowd built in behind us here in the main stand here at Playford.
Yep.
Just getting all the juniors in line.
Do you want me to ask him for here?
And as they shake hands, we'll go through the starting lineups for both sides, starting with the home side of Playford City. In goal, number 1, Luke Osby. Number 3, Braden French. Number 4, Sean Harvey. Number 6, in his 150th game, Isaac Mullen. Number 10, Daniel Ryan. Number 14, Xavier Pratt. Number 18, Ginny LeBlanc Akpo. Number 19, Ben Woolard. Number 20, Ethan Allgate. Number 22, Melad Ahmad. And number 11, Jackson Kurtz. We'll go through the starting lineups of West Torrens Birkalla as well. Number 7, Johnny Dorigo. Number 8, George Blackwood. Number 22, Alan Welsh. Number 10, Charlie Devro. Number 14, Nathan Anderjanto. Number 15, Zach Becker. Number 16, Cameron Carlton. Number 18, Yohai Matsumoto. Number 20, Nicholas Harpus. Number 26, Tyrese Conway. And number 23, Harrison Ashworth. Referee in the middle today, Regis Kwefalek, assisted by Thomas Temby and Judah Tan. And we are almost all set here for this round 8 match between first and second in State League 1 last season. About 25, 26 degrees here. A bit on the warmer side for the weather we've had here lately in Adelaide, but I'm sure nothing too bad for these players to try and contend with. Playford will be urged by their passionate home support to get all 3 points today. West Torrens Birkalla, of course, coming off, as I said about earlier, that loss against Adelaide United and 2 before that against Metro Stars and FKB as we get underway here. Akpo. Of course, last time these two sides played in the first division, not even called the NPL back then, in 2003. And even then, Birkalla were known as the Adelaide Galaxy. A 6-1 win that day for Adelaide Galaxy. Now, of course, West Torrens Birkalla. It's actually one of their bigger wins as well in the first division here. Playford get forward, trying to look through the centre. Couldn't find the angle, still just stuck out on that wide. And it's been given as a foul. Throw in for Matsumoto. Of course, joining Birkalla this year, formerly of Campbelltown. That's not a bad ball, looking for Braden French. And that one cleared away by Tyrese Conway. He is their top goal scorer this season with 5. Is the 23-year-old Tyrese Conway. We'll certainly want more of his magic to be in use, as is that man on the ball there, George Blackwood. Very, very experienced player is George Blackwood. High-profile player here as well in the NPL. Of course, formerly of Adelaide United, Sydney FC, Oldham Athletic too. Still, unfortunately for him and his club, only has the 1 goal this season so far. Does George Blackwood. Here he is on the ball now. Manoeuvres his way out of that one. Conway. Just stuck between a few, but the pass is nearly just trying to slip through a few cracks. Conway again goes back. He is Alan Welsh on the ball now. Goes wide to Matsumoto. Trying to look down the wing for Zach Becker. And a ball over the top. Jackson Kurtz, the one to chase onto it. He's slowly getting numbers in the middle in Akpo, and Mullen still trying to make his way down the byline. And then it is one back. And that ball forward from Matsumoto went nowhere in particular, and I think maybe frightened a few of the players on the Playford bench, not expecting that ball to come in there. Blackwood the header. Goes back to Ashworth. Now Harpus. He's been in incredible form so far this season for Birkalla. Has probably kept them in quite a few games. But even then, the results just still yet to properly form in the league, that is. They've done well in the Cup of Birkalla. Through to the next round against Adelaide Comets on the 13th of May in the quarterfinal. Ball one back here. Has Blackwood in the middle. George Blackwood tries to turn. It's a strong challenge in. Still keeps it, does George Blackwood. Trying to find an angle to try and find a pass. Does get to him. Then the ball coming in. Deflects off and out for a corner. Of course, no Santiago Tabares today. He's been a bit ill this week, so only on the bench he is. And probably, if he does come on, it's more of an emergency substitute that they'll probably make. Corner for Birkalla. Imagine to be an out-swinging ball. Looking inwards, headed away though by Mullen. Nearly falling to Akpo. Still with Playford, now one back and just finding its way out the ball. And now gone back. Matsumoto. Back out wide. Nice ball out wide. Needs one back into the centre. And it's another... I'm not sure if it's a corner or a free kick that's been given there. I think it might be a free kick for Birkalla. I'm pretty much in a corner position anyway, but strong challenge coming in there. Means this set piece for Berks. Of course, their women's side had a big win last night against Adelaide University. 2-1 there. I'm sure their men's side will want to do the same. Here's the ball coming in at the front post, headed upwards by Isaac Mullen. And still Mullen just trying to flick his leg out to at least halt a Birkalla attack. And then that one launched forward. Matsumoto just flicking the header back to his captain and goalkeeper in Nicholas Harpus. In the form of his life, I think, is the 31-year-old in the NPL so far this season. Him and probably Daniel Vaughan, the two standout keepers so far in the league. Here's Blackwood, makes it past one, nearly gets the finish. There's Conway! Sneaks it into the back post. Not sure if it'll go down as an assist for George Blackwood, but Tyrese Conway getting a sixth for the season. And West Torrens Birkalla find themselves 1-0 up. Perhaps a bit of an upset start. Playford's needing to reset pretty quickly. Eight minutes in, not the start that Playford would have wanted. Launch long. Put back out wide for Akpo. And the pass just behind Braden French. Of course, he got his first goal of the season last week against Metro Stars. Looking forward for Mullin. Is just hooked away by Alan Walsh. Here's Blackwood. And Akpo just poking the ball out. Throw in for Birkalla. Throw-in doesn't really go anywhere in particular for the yellow and black. Keeps it in play, does Kurtz. Couldn't poke it through the legs though. Falls to George Blackwood. There's a very good hold on his centre of gravity, does George Blackwood. Just able to stay strong and really just try and manoeuvre and twist his way past people. Ashworth, back to Harpus. Ball looking through the centre. Blackwood, I think just comes off his thigh there. Didn't get the right kind of touch he would have liked. Stayed in play. Oh, it didn't. Thought it might have just towed that line, but not in the eyes of Judith-Tan. The assistant referee in this close side. Throw into the middle. He was almost completely free there. A little touch on by Dorigo, not working out initially. Matsumoto just putting one into the area, but that'll be easily caught by Luke Osby. Header one by Matsumoto. West Torrens Birkalla definitely having the better of this opening 10 minutes so far. And that's a commentator's curse right there. Akpo nearly just nudged off the ball, but still trying to make his way forward. Has Braden French to his right, does use him as an option. Braden French forced out wide, putting in a cross into the area. And then the header just bouncing about, but kept by Harpus as Birkalla do have a player down. I think it might be, and it is, Harrison Ashworth. Not quite sure what happened, but does seem to be in a rather bit of pain, does Ashworth. Of course, other games happening around the grounds at the moment in the NPL. Campbelltown versus Adelaide United. Modbury versus Metro Stars, and Para Hills versus Adelaide City as well. WNPL Campbelltown versus NTC nearly at the halftime break there. Still 0-0. Campbelltown needing those points to try and lift themselves off the bottom of the table. State League 1-2. Cumberland versus West Adelaide. Fulham versus Salisbury United. And Pontian versus Blue Eagles, all at 0-0 still. And just as I say that too, NTC getting a first goal in that match against Campbelltown City in the WNPL. Other than that, only other goal here in the men's NPL South Australia coming here courtesy of Tyrese Conway. Play back underway. Nearly just finding its way through to Akpo. Still has the ball on him though. Almost forces himself for the corner, but his touch taking it out. Unfortunately for Playford. Blackwood looking for the touch, instead it falls to Conway. Ball from Harvey, just deflecting off him, going out for a Burke's throw. Conway. Akpo getting the touch on. French just flicking it outwards, only as far as Zach Becker. That one nearly falling through, if not for the touch of Xavier Pratt. And a talking to will be given here. Free kick for Playford. Launched long but headed away. Good turn there. Here's French. Now Pratt. Back with Sean Harvey. Ball launched down the wing. Might be a bit too much on it though for it to be pounced upon. Short goal kick going to Alan Walsh. Akpo touching it there, and not quite sure what the decision is there. I think it took a pretty clear deflection off of Akpo to go out of play, and it's been given as a Playford throw. Very strange indeed. But Playford, I'm sure, are happy to have that advantage, although it pretty much comes to waste there. Now the ball goes out of play. "17 minutes played here in the REA NPL South Australia match between West Torrens, Birkalla and Playford. REA proud supporters of Football South Australia. That one just flicked upward by Sean Harvey. Pratt battling on the ball against Conway, but Conway, lovely touches of the ball there to make his way out. And a free kick actually as well. This match, the 26th played in the first division here in South Australia between these two sides. The record heavily favouring West Torrens Birkalla, winning 14 and only drawing 5 of those. And of course Playford only winning 6 and losing 14, but that record could look to be shortened if Playford can make a way forward here. Of course, big grand final win last year they had against Birkalla after going 1-0 down courtesy of Ethan Stevenson, before Jackson Kurtz and Andrew Butler, now of Salisbury Inter, scoring the winner to lift that grand final trophy in SL1 after already being promoted. Corner for Playford. Delivered into the back post, but again too much. I think perhaps the wind as well taking a bit of a toll on it, just pushing it even further. Goal kick going long. finally making the ball its way to ground. And a good ball looking through for George Blackwood. He'll have to battle against Sean Harvey. Blackwood trying to twist and turn and find an option to pass to, if not shoot. And for Playford, they'll be happy to see that. That pass not making it. Akpo trying to pounce, but fouled by Nathan Andijanto. Just trying to gain momentum, I think, at the moment, are Playford. So they can try and make these attacks count for themselves, really. That one down the wing, I think, was looking for Allgate, but was swaying wide too much so. Matsumoto with the throw. Pass from Allgate, deflecting off Becker, out for another Playford throw. But all it's done is given benefit to West Torrens Birkalla, given away. Akpo back with it out in this wing. Very active so far. Akpo just strolling his way up the pitch. Akpo still with it. Just getting stuck on the ball, Akpo. Another challenge, Conway there to try and sweep up. Blackwood now. Loses the ball back to Conway. And an important touch in there from Isaac Mullen, the 150 matcher. And that ball in, again nearly taking the wind. The header falling back to Dan Ryan. Trying to find an angle is Ryan. Another ball coming in, headed away. Playford just trying to get something here. Strike coming in from Amat. Strong challenge in there, no foul says the referee, and George Blackwood tries to move forward. And that one is given. An intense period there for both sides. Intercepted. Ahmad has Akpo to his right, does take him as an option. We'll have to run against Nathan Andijanto. Akpo tries once, then again, and then pretty much pushed to the floor by Andijanto. And that gives Playford a free kick in a good area. Just not really thinking there, I don't think, was Nathan Andijanto about what he was doing. Have been dangerous from set pieces, have Playford so far this season. Some more direct than others. Free kick comes in, into the centre. Had venom to it. And that pass, way too high for a strong connection to be held, but a good touchdown from Allgate, putting into the centre. Back out wide for Akpo, intercepted. Kurtz nearly making his way through, if not for the legs of Andijanto. And he'll have his opportunity to go down the wing. Goes to Conway instead, looking for Blackwood. Through the legs of referee Queflek. Headed away. Conway. Akpo. He's come over from the UK, having spent time in the English lower divisions and sometimes in some spells, in Wales, particularly with the New Saints or TNS. And playing in the UEFA Conference League this season, I believe, as well. So has plenty of experience to his name, does Gini Akpo. Mullen. He will want to contribute in this milestone match. And if he does it, we'll put him 1 goal in front of Daniel Ryan for 6 for the season. As we see this cross come in, it's not bad. The header from Ahmad, though, no real direction. And instead just going over the bar. Still 0-0 around the grounds in the NPL, only goal being here. Fulham 1-0 up against Salisbury United as well at half-time in the WNPL Campbelltown and NTC 1-1. Those thanks to One World LED and Sportal for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Pass going to George Blackwood. They're just falling on the ball there as Carlton. Here's Matsumoto, though. Cuts it back, needs the hit. Instead opts for the cross. Falls to the edge of the box. And the strike quite wayward from, I think, Cameron Carlton, too. Harvey looking long. Header from Antijanto, though, to intercept. Conway. Pass unable to make it. Instead, Kurtz now. Driving his way forward, putting a ball into the centre. Not reaching, though. Playford back with the ball. Down the wing. Allgate trying to battle against Matsumoto. Allgate getting the better of him. Goes back. Here's Ryan. Good save from Harpus. It's probably a first real strike on goal as well. But certainly worried, Nicholas Harpus. Ball coming in at the back post, has the header there. Just going out for a goal kick instead. Ball going long. And it just goes all the way back to Harpus. Trying to be flicked on there by Dorigo. And it's a good ball through for Conway. Has Blackwood in the middle as the option. But good work there from Ben Woolard to prevent that from going anywhere else for Birkalla. Conway just flicks it forward. Harvey should have the better of Blackwood there and does so. Osby. This ball does reach Ahmad. It's not a bad idea. Harpers, though, ready for the challenge. Half an hour played. 15 minutes to the break. And West Torrens Birkalla find themselves in almost an unfamiliar position of being in front. They have been good this year. Just unable to get the points at the crucial moments. You think back even as soon as that Metro Stars game where it was a late own goal to prevent them from getting even a point there. Here's a good ball forward. But it's just sort of floating past Jackson Kurtz. Blackwood and Argento. McCornew going back to Harpers. Welsh, sorry. Back to Harpers. Does well to turn one. Here's Blackwood. Has Conway. Getting the chest down. Has Argento as the overlapping run. Shouts of a handball. Adamant, in fact. Referee says no. Poor pass going right in the path of Argento. Becker. It's a late challenge. And it will be a booking for Ben Woolard. Just past half an hour in. Good free kick area for them to perhaps go direct. If they can find themselves 2-0 up, will be huge. It's not a bad free kick, but too central to Osby. Just making its way through, though. Throw-in goes back out wide. Another throw on the far side for Playford. And Ethan Allgate. Cross coming in. Might reach Akpo. Does do so. Has that battle once again with Argento. Oh, lovely little movement of the ball there from Argento. Blackwood. Turning, going back. Welsh. Just able to maneuver his way through and had no real challenge to him either. A little bit lax there from Playford. Just letting someone, especially with the quality of Alan Welsh, just to meander his way up field. Harvey. Back with Akpo. Mullen back with Harvey. He'll go back to Osby in goal. Might just fall through. It's a good opportunity here. Needs a finish. Save with the feet from Harpus. And another opportunity going begging. They will get a corner though. Goes short. Mullen back out wide. The cross coming in. The header flicked on. That one only going upwards from Woolard. George Blackwood now pounces on the loose ball. And some free kick given, much to the dismay of this home crowd here. Ball given away. Osby. Woolard. That one out of play. The 1-goal advantage is what has West Torrens Birkalla in this match. Playford, though, having scored many of goals. That's a heavy collision right in the centre there from Conway. Between him and Mullen. Mullen getting the advantage of the free kick, though. We'll go short too. Another update, Adelaide United 1-0 up against Campbelltown City. Of course, a big day big weekend, in fact, for the club as a whole. NPL match this afternoon, of course. The men's team's finals fate can be decided in the A-League men's, depending on the result of that Sydney FC versus Melbourne City game at 4:30. Of course, the women's side with a huge first leg of their semi-final against Melbourne Victory tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m. at Cooper Stadium. Make sure to get down there as well. Big support is needed. Looking long. Ahmad, not the greatest of touches down, but Playford still have a hold of it. Akpo. Dan Ryan is calling it from that far, far side, though. Goes for the shorter option, Mullen. Now switching it back out wide. Ball coming in, looking at the back post. And it will just roll out for a throw. Kick for Birkalla. Welsh looking long. And down the centre. Good turn from Kurtz. The cross deflecting. Going to Matsumoto. Just a slight delay in play here for the time being, and back underway now. Matsumoto. Willard hooking upfield. Poor touch from Ryan, though, gives it away. Pass to Conway, not reaching, and Braden French. Akpo needs to keep it in play and does so. Again, the battle against Anderjanto. Now Conway as well. Here's Akpo! That is unbelievable! From Juni Akpo. Coming off the underside of the bar. 40 minutes, 5 minutes to the break. And we're back square. The audacity to go from a shot from there. Ball over the top, looking for Conway, battling against a few bodies down in the box. Here's Blackwood, finds the wide ball. Could they find themselves back one within moments of equalising? Playford, it is cleared away. Thrown on the far side from Matsumoto. The header upwards. Blackwood unable to win against. That one put away. And you can hear the shouts of needing the ball to be getting rid of. Just holding off that ball was Alan Welsh. Not long until half-time, and both sides still able to grab something from this. West Torrens Birkalla probably having the better of the majority of the half as a whole. And even now you can see how they get forward almost so easily. Blackwood with the ball through for Conway. Cuts it back into the area. Finds George Blackwood, needs an angle. And Playford desperate at that point. But it's when they get forward, Birkalla, that Playford seem to just almost fall asleep. Devro. And Iento. He goes back with Harry Ashworth. Matsumoto now. Headed downwards. Flicked on by Pratt. And now here's Dan Ryan. Goes to Isaac Mullen in midfield. Harvey. Goes down the wing for Akpo. Mullen again. Now, Woolard. Kurtz back to Allgate. Dan Ryan. The give and go to Kurtz. Mullen just needing to be aware of his surroundings there as he received that ball. They're just trying to attack with numbers forward, I think, Playford at the moment. Just slowly trying to build and nearly losing it there. Ball over the top. Akpo. Again, receiving it. The 1-2. And Anderjanto, I think, going down too easily for the referee's liking. I think claiming it a hand to his face from Akpo. Long throw, you'd imagine, and it is so from Braden French. Headed right back towards him, in fact. Goes first time with the cross into the area. Header goes upwards. And again, as far as Blackwood, falling then to Ahmad. And then here's George Blackwood again. Ahmad just trying to apply pressure. Back by Devereaux. Taken in field. Dorigo looks for the forward option, looking long, but Osby pretty much falling right to him. Wide with Akpo. Keeps the touch in play. Challenge from Blackwood leads to a free kick and a foul. Another update around the grounds. Campbelltown City, a second red card in just as many weeks. Already 1-0 down, of course. Just looking from bad to worse for them. And it would be a tough mountain to climb, I think. Conway. Blackwood. Welsh looks for the wide option in Zach Becker. And that one caught by Osby. Into additional time now. Mullen. And that is where it's called. 1-1 at the break. A thoroughly entertaining and intriguing matchup between these two sides. And plenty more to come in the second half, you would imagine. Goals from Tyrese Conway and a lovely little strike from Sheeny Akpo from range. Leads us to where we are at this point in this grand final rematch here at Ramsey Park. There's the stats there. 6 shots to 2 on target. 4-3 to West Torrens Birkalla. And Birkalla have probably been the more attacking side, in all honesty, and had the better opportunities too. Big second half to come. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more in the second half to be played out. Half-time score here. Playford City 1, West Torrens Birkalla 1. And Football South Australia is proud to announce HPG Homes is a major partner, marking the beginning of a valued relationship. HPG Homes will become naming rights partner of the HPG Homes State League 1 and 2 competitions. Let's find out more about them.
We all play the same game. The battlefield may look different, but between those painted lines, the feeling each of us get alongside our tribe. Let the moment sink in, then let it rip. The runs out wide, last-ditch efforts and clean sheets. The tap-in or rocket to the top bins. The eruption of the 12th player that sends shivers down your spine. It's in the way we celebrate, because football is everyone's game. Play football.
A nice run forward, only him and Bartuli, and just couldn't quite get there.
What's the save?
Wins the corner though, but Bartuli. Busasa sends it into the area, and it's Vaughan. Leaps in and tips it over the crossbar, and if he did not, that was going to rock that net. Those lines of Tavares. He then turn cuts it to Voigt. Voigt with the touch inside, hits it, and that's a great save from Delingas.
Jason Constantopoulos one-on-one with Lazeka. Crispin Constantopoulos with a shot. Late tackle maybe, but great save there from Barbaro. One final chance for the Blue Eagles. It's a good ball in. It's got a flick. It's got a second one, but that's an unbelievable save from Sebastian Matosevic. We said Oscar Moore's man of the match, but he's kept 2 goals out that were clearly going in the back of the net.
He's made some unbelievable.
Headed away. Only to Metro Stars though. Edge of the box here. Visser. Now Gow with a little flick. Visser back in the box, and then the finish by Hamish Gow to get them 1-0 up early on.
What a goal.
Oh wow! Oh my god! That was insane! What a way to equalise!
By Murati, only as far as Mullen. Mullen hits it with the outside of the line. Can you believe it? Mullen with a second outside of the right boot. Line's going to take it, and he does. And he picks his spot, and he finishes with a bomb. And that's his hat-trick, and the 8th goal for Playford to make it 8.
Costelli being to it by Caden. Now finds Anthony Costa, top of the box, goes with his left foot. Anthony Costa gets a second. He's got a brace in the first half, and he's taken Adelaide Croatia into a 2-0 lead at half time, David.
It's a beautiful finish. Just picked his spot out perfectly there, but gosh, Neograd have just left themselves exposed there.
On the back of the announcement at the celebration of football, NPLSA will be investing $50,000 into a coach education fund. $35,000 will be invested into community coach education, 17 courses at club venues and over 500 community coaches. Working closely with clubs to develop and upskill coaches will strengthen the grassroots community, which will obviously benefit the football community as a whole.
It can only be beneficial because most of the clubs, most of the coaches start off just as parents coaching their kids' teams, and they're learning on the job as much as the kids. So this would be perfect because not only would kids be getting coached, the coaches will be getting coached.
As a club, we struggle to attract good coaches, and having this sort of funding coming our way will actually allow us to sort of offer more boys and girls out there to actually coach at the club. Everything comes at a cost these days, and this award presented to our club here again will allow our average parents, supporters, players to the opportunity to come out and actually to take on coaching and to be part of it. They've got a passion about this sport and a passion about this club. They'll be able to come here now, get trained up, and actually take on the team and just move forward with us here.
The remaining $15,000 will be invested into a joint initiative with NPLSA, Adelaide United and PSV, where selected coaches and technical directors from South Australia will be given a professional development opportunity to go to PSV in October 2025.
Once you get the bug for the coaching, you love it, and you love seeing the kids improve, especially the connection to your club. You want to see the kids come through at your club, and it's just a win-win for everyone.
Plays out to Panagakos, and it's Panagakos! What an absolute cracker! Alicia Panagakos kicks off the season for Adelaide University.
And I mean, it at least keeps the play flowing instead of it turning around.
It's gone in, Tomley and Bonner and Distos, who we were talking about just a minute ago, has had a very good last 20 minutes and just come right into the game. Making it 1-0 up.
Goes to Yamada. Good turn. Needs to find an option. Might even look to go for herself. Nini Yamada! Makes it 3-2 for West Adelaide. 20 minutes left.
Such a quality player to have in this competition. Long shot there by Notridge. It's gone in! Well, it was just a speculative effort by Notridge, and it looked like Elliott never picked it up, and Comets have taken the lead.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. A place to start small and feel 10 feet tall. To have fun and laugh, to build confidence from the ground up. A place to belong. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
We all play the same game. The pitch may change, but the stakes are the same. The ball we desire, the moves we admire. Because football is everyone's game. Play football.
Ghana United is like home football.
It's always been our goal to move into State League.
Here it's a very family culture. There's a sense of oneness between the Resis, 18s, seniors. Everyone just feels like brothers.
You know, it's like how they say, you train the way you play, but actually when you rock up game days, we actually play like our heart is the last thing that's left, you know what I mean?
I'm loving it. Really good culture, really good environment. It's going great so far in the preseason.
About culture, you know, we open the door, every culture comes to mix to us.
Ghana United will be a club that can play football, simple football, a good football, that we will be in the next couple of years moving to the NPL.
Very thrilled, very excited.
Expect to see some rainbow flicks. That's what makes us Ghana FC, man.
To make its way through to Nicola despite the deflection. Here's Hazelwood, who does well to control the ball with the head. Hazelwood storming into the area, tries the shot, great save. And that should give Elliott a bit more confidence. He's done really, really well there. That ball was travelling.
Here's Hood. Just needs to finish. Gets it past Murphy. Needs to have some sort of hit. And Murphy manages to backpedal and make the stop.
Coles Mini Roos is more than just football. It is a place to find our feet, learn new skills, and meet new friends. Football starts here. Find your place. Join our team.
Adelaide Atletico is being built on 6 pillars. It's about respect, about community, fairness, development, technology.
Atletico is become a family, a big family.
This club's got a lot of opportunity to grow. There's a lot of potential here with all the players and the boys, and it's just like a very good place to be at.
We want to be competitive. We want to drive and develop our culture, We've gone out and we've got a few experienced players. I mean, I've gone and got a very good goalkeeper. We've got a really talented Argentinian guy and a couple of older players.
We're a good quality of boys. All the boys are already in a few weeks, are getting really close.
We want to make sure that everybody that plays at this club feels that they're getting the benefit of our coaching group.
We literally do what we preach, which is let's just play.
Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
Hello, welcome back here to Ramsey Park for the second half. Here between Playford and West Torrens. Birkalla 1-1 at half-time. Tyrese Conway scoring first for Birkalla. And then Juni Akpo with a wonderful strike to get them level. Big 45 minutes coming for both of these sides. Birkalla, I think, probably more so due to their ladder position and their lack of wins this season so far too. Out and that wide. just heading around the grounds as well, as they're all coming back from half-time's break. (1-0) to Adelaide United against Campbelltown City. They're also down to 10 due to a red card to Luca Maggetto. Modbury Metro Stars locked at 0-0, as is Para Hills versus Adelaide City, as they are also just coming out from their half-time break there at Fieldwood Physio Stadium. Throw in for Matsumoto. Touchdown. Here's Sean Harvey. Looks for Akpo out wide. French finds the ball into Akpo. Mullen. Pratt. Akpo now. Given away to Dorigo. It's a through ball for Blackwood. Perhaps could have given him a bit more space to run onto, but Blackwood still trying to make his way through. Here's George Blackwood! Off the post! And George Blackwood prevented from getting his second NPL goal for the season by the woodwork. But a huge sigh of relief from anyone in Playford colours seeing that one go by. Here's Kurtz. Goes wide to Akpo. Needs to come to the ball, though. Going forward. Here's Braden French trying to put it back into the centre. Here's Kurtz now! Jackson Kurtz! Less than 5 minutes into the half. After a barrage of Birkalla attacks. Puts them one in front. What a start to the half that is for Playford. They've come back from 1-0 down to put themselves in front. But something about this game makes me think that still won't be enough. Birkalla have been very good today. As we just saw, it could have been the other way just as quickly, if not for the post of Luke Ospey's goal against George Blackwood. Here's Akpo again. He has been brilliant today. Ahmad might find an angle himself. Malad Ahmad needed to find that final ball, if not just to try and go for himself. Conway looks for Blackwood down the wing. The intensity of this match is hardly switched off from the first half. George Blackwood twisting and turning, trying to find an angle for a shot. And will deflect out for a throw. And another goal early in a half around the grounds. Adelaide City 1-0 up against Para Hills Knights. Feel-good Physio Stadium there. Just bounces in there, nearly a loose ball falling. Ryan. challenge in there from Zach Becker. He's a little bit sore though, needing to get back on his feet pretty quickly. Ryan with the cross looking for Akpo. Again, him and DeJanto in a tussle. Just trying to get it stuck from out that far side. And it looks like it will be a very early substitution for Playford. And it is Gini Akpo to come off, perhaps rather surprisingly, for Santiago Tabares. Has been ill during the week, not fit enough to start, but clearly seen fit to come on and make an impact 5 minutes into the half. An interesting time, I think, to make a sub. Could have done it at the break, not use up a window. Now they've only got 2 opportunities to make substitutes, but 4 substitutes to make, so you'd imagine they'd have to be 2 double subs for Playford next up. Cross coming in, headed away. Pratt gets the ball taken away from him and then regained by Playford. Bryant puts one through for Tabares. Well done there. Might just fall back and does so to Allgate. Flick back into the area. Touchdown. Not with real direction though, however. Tabares wins the ball back well. Ryan on the wing. Gets past one, then couldn't do Matsumoto either. Advantage played to Birkalla. And I think they'll stop to have the free kick instead. Down the wing for Ahmad. Headed upwards, but not really too clean from Sean Harvey, and a free kick as well to George Blackwood. Just impeded in the air, I think, was what occurred there. Attacking quickly though. On the edge of the box. Matsumoto might just reach it before it goes out. No, he doesn't. On back well there. And then nearly on the edge of the box, a bit of a dangerous one. Back with Osby. His ball will reach ahead. Sliding in, not working out. Intercepted there from Ashworth. Becker with the touchdown. Gets it central with Dorigo. He puts himself wide. Finds out of the box and Charlie Devereaux. Good ball over the top. And an important header from Sean Harvey there. Finds it at the byline, cuts it into the middle. Dealt with for now, poked away, then the shot coming in. Nothing too threatening to Luke Ospey's goal. Harvey. Puts the ball through and then finds another one. Here's Tabares. Nearly providing off the bench there for his side. Here's Dorigo. Push there maybe perhaps from Andy Janto, but referee says play on advantage to Playford. Dan Ryan. Down the wing for Allgate. Has to battle against Matsumoto. But then has the reinforcements of Zach Becker to come in and help. Big collision there and a free kick for Playford. Ryan over the free kick. You'd imagine to be delivered into the box looking for a head or a poke through. Also have a short option in close by. Headed away, then back into the area. Headed away again, and then Dan Ryan with something a little bit ambitious. Blackwood goes down the wing for Becker. Wasn't kept in play, however, by Dan Ryan. Matsumoto's throw. Just ticking past the hour mark now, too. You'd imagine you'd start to see a substitute or two come into play, more so than there have been. The one for Playford so far in Tabares. Conway does well. Blackwood back through the middle for Conway. Nearly finding the flick over. And claims of a corner and a goal kick, and it's been given as a corner. Two-one down at Birkalla. We'll need something from this corner kick, you'd hope. Matsumoto on it. It's not a bad corner, but it's too easy for Luke Ospey. Thrown forward to Kurtz. Finds Ahmad. Pratt. Looking down the wing. Kurtz still with it. Gets past one. Getting to the byline. Still staying in play though. Needs an option. Cut out there importantly. Free kick at halfway, again to the dismay of the home crowd. George Blackwood making his way forward. His path making him wide. I'll put forward. Trying to play it off the floor there, I think, Cameron Carlton. Good turn there. Kurtz with the touch. Getting to Tabarez. Nice ball through. It's lovely. Needs to find an option in the centre. Instead, I think just seeing if he could try full. Nicholas Harper's in goal. And it looks like a double substitution for Birkalla coming up. Dylan Claassen Thomas and Ryan Yates to come on. Just seeing who's coming off. Johnny Dorigo might be one of them. Still just unsure of the second note. I think it will be Cameron Carlton, and it is. So Ryan Yates and Claassen Thomas onto the pitch now. Goes back to Harpus. Trying to make its way through the ball, instead cleared out. Here's Blackwood, nearly trying to find a ball through. Not for the legs. Becker, good ball in, needs to be taken by Osby, and he's done so. Fair challenge there. Tabarez still going forward. Finds himself wide, however. Trying to get past Andergento. Again, continuing to be a bit of a menace at fullback there. Another update. Metro Stars now 1-0 up against Monbury Jets. Away at Smith Partners Stadium. Could there be another goal here? It falls through. It's a good finish. And it's an equaliser for Zach Becker and West Orange Birkalla. 2-2. With about 25 minutes left to go. Almost too easy to not finish for Zach Becker. Now we're back all square. Great game so far here this afternoon.
Conway to the now goal scorer in Becca. 2 goal scorers combining, in fact. Ball looks for Becker out on the wing, has Allgate against him to battle. Allgate's call out, deflects, and it will be a Playford throw. Sam Voigt to come on in place of Jackson Kurtz. Headed away. And headed for a first touch from Sam Voigt. Ball through the middle from Yates. 2-0 to Adelaide City now as well. Against Para Hills Knights. Bouncing around in midfield. Taken down by Mullen. And another decent turn from Clausen Thomas. Scored last week against Adelaide United. Although still coming off 6-2 losing there. Throw in. Matsumoto goes quick. Blackwood. Playford free kick. Ryan Yates on it. Final 20 minutes left. Free kick from Yates. Looking into the back post. Needs the header. And it's just flicked in, but it's offside. Playford were very thankful to see the flag go up there. Good ball from Mullen to Ryan. 2 top goal scorers this season equally. It's a good header and a brilliant save even from Harpus to keep it at 2-2. That is why he is one of the form goalkeepers in this competition. Ball quickly in from the corner. Another cross. Falling back to Daniel Ryan. He's onside. Bit of miscommunication. Conway trying to flick on his own header. All the way back to Luke Osby. Just a momentary stoppage in play here. Just awaiting the referee's whistle to continue on. Good ball. Headed away from Mullen. It's a bit much, I think, for Ahmad to try and get onto, and is so in the end. Cleared away by Harpus. Has to be strong between Voigt and Matsumoto. Should be a Playford throw, and is. Of course, Birkalla have almost become renowned for their draws this season, I think. Five draws and 3 losses for West Torrens Birkalla. But still only a win away from being out of the relegation zone. That's how tight this season is so far, really. Header from Mullen. Ahmed has Matsumoto right on him. It's a good ball for Voigt. Cleared away by Ashworth. Just a late one in there. And a free kick for Birkalla. Harvey, his header unable to be flicked on again. Matsumoto, a touch and turn forward. Ball. No real direction to it. Woolard. Melad Amat against Becker. Here's Sam Voigt now. Back by Allgate. Falls to Mullen. Ball through the middle. Tabarez tries to turn. Is he taken down in the box? He is. It's a penalty for Playford. Won by Santiago Tabarez. And it looks like it will be Isaac Mullen to take in his 150th match. Crucial at this point of the match. Yellow card given out too as well. Mullen against Harpus. Will he be up to the task? As I've said, Harpus, the form goalkeeper really in this competition, needs to come up clutch for his side again here. Mullen, 5 goals for the season so far. Now against Harpus. 6 for the number 6 for the season, and 3-2 here for Playford. Could that be the winner? Substitution for Birkalla. Christophilos to be coming on. (3-2), plenty of goals here this afternoon. Christophilos with his first touch immediately into the match. Matsumoto. Blackwood. Couldn't get the touch right. Here's Ahmad trying to flick it through. Matsumoto will try and pounce. Keeps it in play. Nice central ball there. Clarkson Thomas. Long ball looking for Christophilos. Will it reach him? Will just roll out of play. Tabares. Could they get another? Tabares nearly making it past. He's made a real impact off the bench, winning that penalty. And has just been zipping around everywhere since he's come on early in the second half. Not a bad idea from Voigt. Here's Blackwood. 2 number 8s. Matsumoto. That one had too much on it though. Double substitution from Birkalla. Mason Ayubi and Adam Lecornu to come on for Harrison Ashworth and Zach Becker, the goal scorer of that second. Modbury equalising. 1-1 between them and Metro Stars. Thanks to the OneWatt LED and Sportal scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Ball launched forward by Lecornu. Christophilos. Conway out wide, back to Christophilos. We'll get the give and receive from Conway. Still with it, here's Tyrese Conway. Headed away by Ahmad. Matsumoto. Ayubi. Pass, couldn't find Matsumoto, instead just falling to Allgate. And a foul there in midfield. Yates. Nice ball through the middle. Collision in the centre, nothing too much other than that though. Flicked up by Voigt. Conway. Christophilos. Looks wide for Matsumoto. Matsumoto again. Clarkson Thomas. Lecornu. Less than 10 minutes left. Trying to find a ball through the centre. Tabares falls with him. Poor touch. Leaves it back to Birkalla. Cornu finds the ball in the middle. Will just float past Luke Osby. Substitution for Playford. Tyson Harriman to come on. Defender coming on for Melad Ahmad, perhaps you would guess, to shore up that defence and keep it as it is, really, at 3-2. Another goal at Feel Good Physioco Stadium, this time the way of Para Hills Knights. Getting one back, 2-1, the way of the Adelaide City. They would be about, I reckon, the same amount of time left that we have here, just less than 10 minutes. I would think, going on there. That one's still, now especially, much closer. Throw-in goes into the middle. Has Matsumoto as an option. Doesn't take him, does Alan Welsh. George Blackwood trying to just pull that through. Ryan Yates gets a second go at it and couldn't succeed that time either. Tabarez trying to battle against being a nuisance up front in the best way possible for Playford. Conway. Are there more goals here this afternoon? Matsumoto. Welsh looking for the long ball. We'll get to Christophilos. He goes first time, just looking for any sort of option in the box. Goes down off of Allgate. And it will be retrieved and just booted forward into the path of Santiago Tabarez. The Colombian twisting and turning, trying to make his way through. Matsumoto just getting his foot on it and winning it back for his side. Time is definitely running out for Berks. I want to make it 2 from 2 from their men's and women's side this weekend. Ball through. Tabarez. Out on the left wing. Ryan. Voigt. Good opportunity here. The ball from Mullen going to Voigt again. Back out wide. Not too many options in the box. In fact, they're not really looking to try and take any options in the box, really. Good challenge in there. Out for a Playford throw off of Lecornu. Battle in that corner. Only gets to Mullen that booted ball. French goes back to Mullen, back out wide again. They're happy to just keep themselves within that area at the moment of Playford, and they'll even take it to the corner now. That one will fall to Ryan. Just really intent until that one nearly finding Tabares, if not for Alan Welsh. And his last-ditch challenge. Ball switch wide. Mason Ayubi. Good ball through the centre. Has Blackwood in behind. Blackwood still with it. Challenges coming in from everywhere, really. Another one there. Here's Yates. Finds Ayubi. Ayubi, I'm not sure whether that was a ball in or a shot, but either or. Coming to nothing. Not what they need at this stage. Wilkes out of play. No foul, says the referee there. Not long until we enter additional and play until the referee's discretion in his whistle. Not sure how long, maybe 4 minutes would be my guess. But even then, I have no real clue. Ball in the middle, headed away as far as Sam Voigt. His header only falling to Yates. Nice flick through there from Clarkson Thomas. Tyrese Conway, he's been good today. Matsumoto. And that's a poor giveaway, not needed. Into additional time now. As things stand around the league as a whole, Playford find themselves in 4th place, just 1 point in behind Adelaide United and 1 point in front of Croydon. And West Orange Birkalla still in 12th place at the bottom. 4 points from 8 games. Their closest opponent, Croatia Raiders, on 7 points. Matsumoto gets the touch on. Devro looks through the centre for Clarkson Thomas. He puts his ball out wide. Looking long for Conway. But the ball only falling to Tyson Harriman. Launched down the wing. And it does fall to Dan Ryan, although the touch evading him. Instead leaving Birkalla with an attack in their favour. Ayubi just putting in a ball. Is touchdown, but again, not falling to the right people. If you're looking from a West Orange Birkalla perspective. Ball over the top, needs to be timed right from Harpus. He gets the header on. Will have to chase it down. He's moved up to midfield momentarily. Launching a ball forward. Headed on by Blackwood. Touchdown by Conway. And then given away to Mullen. Ryan. Touches it past. Couldn't get his body in front though. 3 minutes played in additional time. 2 minutes, I should say, sorry. But at the moment, just waiting for the whistle. Matsumoto against Allgate. Might look to use Mason Ayubi in behind him. Instead looks for Yates with the cross. Ayubi now into the middle. It's flicked in. It's Devro. No penalty, says the referee. And that one just put down the wing. Header one by Ayubi again. And it will roll out of play for a Playford throw. You can't imagine there'll be much longer left. Regis Quefalek has all eyes on him at the moment, waiting to see when that whistle is blown for full time. Short throw to Matsumoto. It's not a bad cross in. Osby up to the task. Nearly into the 4th minute of additional time. Touchdown by Dan Ryan. Could they go for a 4th, Playford? It's touched on. Tabarez is in the middle. Might have looked for the cutback. Instead, Yates was in the way. They launch quickly again. We still play here. Devro. Clarkson Thomas. Seems to have as much time as he needs to assess his options. And then the full-time whistle. And 3 points staying here at Ramsey Park. And West Torrens Birkalla still find themselves without a win this season. You wonder where that turning point will be for them. Of course, West Torrens Birkalla finishing first in the Stately 1 last season. Playford that 2nd place, but winning the grand final. Yet so far, looking much more comfortable in top flight football here in SA than today's away side. Tyrese Conway getting us underway in the 8th minute. Gini Akpo just before half-time in the 40th. Jackson Kurtz to make it 2-1 up 5 minutes after half-time. Zach Becker with a nice finish through on the 66th. And then Isaac Mullen in his 150th match, scoring his 6th goal for the season to earn them all 3 points here this afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on FSA Leagues. I've been Seb O'Neill. Been a pleasure having your company for this wonderful match of football. Big weekend coming up next weekend. Don't miss a minute. We'll see you next time. Full-time score here at Ramsey Park. Playford City 2-3. West Torrens Birkalla 2.